And I love all of you again. I'm an addict, and my name's Adam. Hey, so tonight, over the past year or so, I've gotten to hear Joesph L. share quite a few times, and he brings a pretty hardcore message. And then once you get to know him, he's about love, man. So it's like, all right, I can get down with that. So without any further ado, Joesph.
Hey, y'all. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. I'm a grateful recovering addict named Joesph. Y'all mind if I stand up or you want me to sit down?
You can do whatever you want.
I can stand up? Okay. I'm going to stand up today for you.
Watch out, he would be praying.
No, I'm going to stand up for you. Hey, how you doing? So first I want to take a moment of silence so I can move out the way because I want to deliver a clear, crystal clear message of recovery for y'all, okay? So let me move myself out the way and just give me a few minutes of silence, please. Thank you. I'm a grateful recovering addict named Joesph. First, I want to thank y'all for allowing me to be here today to give you this message because without y'all, I wouldn't be here. And I say that sincerely because in my travel, when someone stood up here and gave H&I when I was in the recovery center, I latched on to that. That was my first sense of hope when I was sitting in y'all's seat because I felt didn't nobody give a fuck about me. And when I saw somebody come in here for me, took off from there. And from that, what I mean by that is that I had a lot of abandonment issues, the thing that I had to do everything by myself. Yeah. I didn't want nobody to help me because I felt I was strong enough as a man to do it by myself. And I felt that if I surrendered to somebody, I was letting my neighborhood down, my mama down, my father down, myself down, or my children. I didn't understand the word surrender. So let me go back a little bit and let you help you understand who Joesph is, where I come from, right? I was born in 1967 in Chicago, Illinois. So I don't look like I'm 58, but I am.
Look good, bro.
I am 58 years old. I don't put no Beijing in my hair, don't dye my hair, none of that. That comes from my disability of who I was born, right? I was born a fetal alcohol syndrome baby. That means my mama tried to abort me by using drugs. She told me that when I was at the age of 10 years old. By the age of 50, I found out who my daddy was. That was I'm going to get to that story at the end of the story. Because at the beginning of my life, I thought my daddy, that was my stepdad, was my biological father. And I tried everything I could do to make this man proud of me, right? I wanted to build stuff. I take shit apart, re-put it back together. I paint the house. Little kid stuff. Break the twigs off the trees and play the army man, beat up my little brother, my little sister, and all that little good stuff, right? But one day, I was 3 years old, 4 years old, somewhere around there. I remember him beating up my mom. And I remember my mom sitting in the living room with 2 black eyes and a broken arm. I wanted to murder that man. And the disease started from there. What I mean by the disease of addiction started there because I started thinking about myself right then and there. How can I help somebody else instead of helping me? My stepdad, I'm going to say that word, he introduced us to Crown World alcohol at the age of 4. He just give us a shot and say, if you don't frown, I give you another. So I did it again, right? Get another shot. But we had a bar right on outside of my bedroom. I used to sneak around to that bar and get drunk. Sneak on back to that room. Because in my brain, I wanted to get rid of the thought of my mama getting beat up. I used to pee in the bed and I used to drag my little brother in the pee so he'd get his ass whooped so I wouldn't get whooped. I was 4 years old. That's how smart I was now, right? I didn't want to get beat. I'm let him get beat for what I was doing, right? That's the disease of addiction already manifesting itself. And I haven't even went to school, introduced to nobody, none of that. Already, it was inside of me from that little bit as age I was. At the age of 7, 8 years old, somewhere around there, my older brother was 16, 17 years old. He had his friends come over when his daddy went to Las Vegas and they came over and shot dice and smoked weed and all that good stuff. And I joined in with them. I sound from the streets of Chicago, and I mean that. From the South Side, Aberdeen, Inglewood neighborhood, right? If anybody know anything about that, I'm already affiliated, period.
Okay.
No if and a but about it. You was get down with whatever the neighborhood did because we protected our neighborhood. That's what I grew up with, protection, right? I want to protect everybody and anybody but myself. I put myself on a limb. I go out on the line and do a crime just so I could help you out, right? But that's the disease of addiction, because I thought about other people before I thought about myself. And I went through this life a long time doing just that. And I mean a long time. I'm 58 years old, right? I came in Narcotics Anonymous in 1994. My first time coming to Narcotics Anonymous because I was trying to run from my problems. I was in the military. I came here in 1986. The disease was right there with. So all that transferring one state to other state, I can't run from my motherfucking self. I'm still the same person that I was back then. And I'm gonna go back just a little bit, because when I was 10 years old, my mama came and picked us up from Chicago and moved us to Flint, Michigan, another neighborhood, right? Now I get to adolescence. Adolescence took a toll on me because my disease manifested a little bit more. My mama was a Jehovah's Witness, and I dang sure wasn't trying to do none of that she was talking about. So I decided I wanted to sell weed, drink, and all that other stuff, run the streets full-fledged, right? I used to sell weed out the house. My mom used to sell weed before she became a Jehovah's Witness. So I used to go to school in the 5th grade, smoke weed and all that other stupid stuff, right? But I thought that was cool because I'm from the city, right? I'm thinking that makes friends, being stupid. That's what I thought. I thought being stupid, I was going to make more friends that way. I didn't know I was creating enemies. My brain said I was creating friends. I graduated out of high school, came down here, and same mindset that I want to save people, I picked up a female right out the project. Out of all these women in the whole wide world of America want to talk to me, I want to go get a female out the damn projects. I wasn't even raised in the project. But it was something that was glorifying to me to go get somebody who didn't know shit. And I thought I was going to teach them something. That's what I thought. I thought I was going to show them a new way of life. But how can I show somebody a new way of life if I wasn't living like that? Yeah. But that's me again, trying to help somebody else before I can help myself. And on this road to recovery, I learned that shit later on when other people were trying to tell me that. I wasn't trying to hear none of what they were saying. I was hard-headed than I could possibly. I can't even fathom how hard-headed I was, because I thought I graduated from the streets with that BYU. You know what that is? Backyard university shit. I learned that shit out here. I thought that was some status, right?
I thought you said School of Hard Knocks.
No, that's a different school. Backyard university, I thought I was smart enough to understand what the streets was doing. But I didn't understand I was killing myself, right? I became a father to some children, a husband to a woman, right? Didn't even want that, but I did it, trying to save somebody. It wasn't until 1994 that I started on a road to recovery, and it took me this long to surrender to this program, Narcotics Anonymous. And I'm here to give you my experience, straight to hope that you don't have to take that long. I did it for you. Trust me when I'm telling you. I did it for you. I did it for you. Believe it. I did it for you. Black, white, one leg, two leg, old, short, tall, big, little. I did it for you. There's nothing that separates us in this disease of addiction. It don't matter what drug I use, how much drugs I use, where I came from, what I've done, what school, none of that doesn't even matter. I've done it for you. Trust me. I had to surrender to this program of Narcotics Anonymous in order to live a better life than I lived. 1985, I decided to go into the military. It was probably one of the best ideas I have ever done in my entire life, other than being born. I'm serious. Because I made a decision to come into the military, right? Because I thought about myself this one time that my mama could not do nothing for me because she was poor. So I went into the military to better my life. Unbeknownst to me, later on down the road, it helped me out later on. But I didn't do that at the beginning. I didn't do that to retire from the military. I didn't do none of that. Because I was living in the projects, I wanted to sell drugs while I was in the military. Because that's what was going on at the time. I fucked up my whole career because I wanted to sell dope. I fucked up my whole career because I didn't know how to tell young girls that I was too old for them. I fucked up my whole career because I was being self-centered and doing what I wanted to do. That's right. What I wanted to do. And what I mean by young girls is girls who not understanding what the fuck they was getting into because I couldn't be honest with them. I didn't want to tell no women I was married and had 2 children. I'd take the fucking car seat out my fucking car and go put it in the goddamn house before I move my car any goddamn way. You see that? That's right. So I did that for you. You don't have to do that this time. You don't have to do that. I done that. I wouldn't buy a minivan to have my family ride around with me because I can't pick up no hoes in no fucking minivan. The fuck I want to ride around in the minivan for? So I had a car, Cutlass Calais, right? A Cutlass Supreme too.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a sound system in it. I'm riding around with tinted windows like I'm single. That's right. That's what I wanted to do. But yet I'm single, but I'm still selling drugs, but I'm in the military, but I didn't want to be labeled as a fucking boat boy. So I hang out in the projects like I'm somebody, right? That's what I did. That shit cost me a couple bits. That's what they call it, right? Yeah, they still call it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it caught me to Greensville, Lawrenceville, Powhatan, Indian River, and Inez, Kentucky, USP, the penitentiary, Fed time, because I wanted to hang out in the projects, right? By the grace of God, and I'm going to say that, some kind of way, he helped. He put something in my brain to do something different one day. I went to school, got a CDL, became a truck driver. While I was driving the truck in 2016, I had a heart attack. I didn't die. I didn't wreck the truck. Yeah, I didn't die because I'm standing here, right? But you'd think that would stop me from using drugs. It didn't. A month later, I was back on the road driving the truck again because I refused to listen to the doctor or somebody tell me that I couldn't drive again. That's what I mean by stubbornness. I was supposed to retire right then and there in 2016 because I suffered a severe heart attack and had double bypass surgery, and the bottom part of my heart is dead. Done. Cannot come back, ain't gonna come back, can't get, it's done. Right? This is 2016 now. Went back on the road, started driving again against the doctor's advice because I wanted to do what I wanted to do. 2019, I got a DUI. Okay, here we go, God. I'm gonna listen to you now. Because now some shit about to start happening. I'm losing shit now. I had a whole lot of stuff at first, materialistic stuff, but I didn't have no sense of purpose in life. Because I didn't have no sense of purpose in life, I didn't listen to nobody who had some direction to show me to live a different life. I wanted to do my way. I didn't hear or listen to what other people was doing. I made an excuse every time when I saw somebody doing something positive to do the opposite. That's how fucking hard-headed I was. You say I couldn't drive drinking, I drove drinking. You say I couldn't do this, I did that. You say I can't rob a bank, I can rob a bank. If you say I can't speed down the road, I'm going to speed down the road. I did everything that somebody said not to do. I did it to see if I could do it. And they caught me some fucking cases. 2019, I caught another case. For some kind of reason, God got me out of that. Not that I did a damn thing. I was study trying to ruin my fucking life. Went back smoking dope. After having double bypass surgery, I wanted to commit suicide, but just didn't know how to pull a goddamn trigger because I was lost, didn't know no direction. I thought I knew everything, but I was reading a goddamn thing. 2020 happened. COVID hit, right? Yeah. Didn't matter to me. I took off and went down to Atlanta to stay with my son and his mom. What for? Running. It's 2020, right? 2020, the doctor said, get your affairs in order because you're about to die, son. That's right. That's what he told me in 2020. That my heart rate, my injection fraction went down so low that they was planning me to kick the bucket real soon. God again came in and intervened. I got on the phone. This time I asked for fucking help. They said, come on back up here. We'll make it better. I came back up here. This time, I came back on my goddamn knees because I was willing to do any goddamn thing it took so I can keep on living. 2021, I went into rehab and got out. I went in May of 2021. My clean date is May 20th, 2021. When I got out, my mother-in-law got killed by her son, got shot in the face 5 fucking times. Me and my wife at the time separated because of that, because I couldn't save her. For the first time in man's entire history, a simple way had been proven itself in the lives of other addicts. And I had to make a decision on that day. Was I going to save myself or try to save somebody else? I can't save somebody else if I don't save me. We separated on that day. Never been back together. I walked away from everything and I put all my faith into this program. I surrendered wholly. What I mean by that, everything that was in that house, I donated. I started a life all over again. August of 22, my dad died. I found out my dad was my uncle. That's right. I found out that my father that birthed me in this world was my damn uncle. That's how I became who I am today. A fetal alcohol syndrome, baby. I'm mentally kind of like slow. But all my life, I didn't want to acknowledge that because I developed slower than other people. That's why I don't have the gray hair like other people my age, because mentally I'm slower than other people. And I always tried to prove that I wasn't. Always. I had to surrender so I could learn how to become a better man than who I was. Because my daddy didn't give a fuck about me. Knowing he had my mama pregnant and had a baby by her. Didn't even give her no money, no nothing, nothing, zero. And I had to make the decision on his deathbed to pull the plug and not pull the plug. And I pulled the plug because he was at the end of his road. I seen him suffering from the decision he had made 50-something years ago, having sex with my mama on that one night because they was drunk and high. To this day, my mama don't know that I know that. Truth. Because that's how much respect that I have for my mama today. May of 18 of 2022, my son's wife committed suicide in front of her 3 children at 26 years old. That's 3 deaths within the early part of my recovery, and I did not choose to pick up not one drug. Because when I came in this fellowship and I said I was done, I did every fucking thing they told me to do. I went to Easy Does It when I first got out. I got some phone numbers. I got me a network of people who were trying to do the same thing that I was doing. I didn't hang around the people that wasn't trying to do what I was doing. That's going to meetings, living, not talking about shit, living clean. That means in the rooms and outside the rooms. I got a network of friends that I can pick up the phone and call and talk to. I didn't have to talk to the whole group. I got a couple people that I decided to start talking to and sharing shit that's in my brain so I can get another perspective on how to fucking live, because I don't know how to fucking live. I surrendered to my own fucking thinking that I don't know every goddamn thing. That's why I'm explaining to you, I done it for you already. You don't have to do that shit today. The other thing that I did was I got involved in service work. I got me a home group. I got involved with that home group. I went to conventions. I let people in the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous know who I am so they can love on me until I can learn to love on my damn self. And that's what I needed. Because in some kind of way, at 54 years old, I was by my damn self. I didn't know nothing. July 25th, 2023, I got a phone call from one of my daughters that my daughter just got shot. I surrendered to a program to do something different. I've been to prison. It's nothing. I did 1.5 years in a hole in Inez, Kentucky for trying to take somebody's life for trying to do something stupid to me. So killing people is that's nothing. Forgiving somebody for doing something like that was the hardest fucking thing that I could ever have done in my entire life. And I'm not talking about me having to do. I come from the streets of Chicago, and I could have had somebody do it for me. And they kept calling and asking me to do it. And I said no. My granddaughter, her daughter, 16 years old, kept asking me to do this. Now, I had built a network of friends now. I got some feelings I can feel today. I don't have the drugs or shit to numb that shit or get through this shit. I laid in that fucking bed and a few a few months in the fucking fetal position because I was so angry. I tried everything that a daddy could do to help her get out of that situation. Gave her money, bought her a car, tried to take away from her husband. I tried to step up a little bit more. Now I looked at all of that I did and said if I didn't do it, I'd probably be a little bit more fucked up. But I'm grateful that I had an opportunity to do what I was doing because I feel a little bit better about letting it go. Because I surrendered to this program of Narcotics Anonymous that has showed me a different way because other people lost their damn daughter too in the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous. And that's the only way I got through it. I didn't get through it because of some miracle of what I thought of in my fucking head. I had somebody to show me that they did it, I can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. What did you do? That man still talks about his daughter's death 9 years ago, as if it was yesterday. I still talk about mine the same if it was yesterday. It's been 2 years. And I mean by my daughter, I don't understand. Some people might not understand what I mean by that. This was my firstborn. I'm talking about when you saw me, you saw her. The only child that tells her other brothers and sisters, that is not your daddy, that's my damn daddy. The only child of mine out of 7 that hugs and kisses on me. The other ones don't do that shit. I don't even let them. Fuck no. It was just something about my first child. I poured everything in it. And what I mean by I had to find a new way of life, I had to find a new sense of purpose. And I look at some gratitude out of it. It got me closer to my grandchildren. Because as selfish as I was, my daughter was just as selfish as I was. She didn't even let her own children get close to her daddy. And I thought that was the world for me. I found out some things I had learned in an early childhood was wrong. In this process of recovery, I learned how to be a human being and how to love another human being regardless age, race, sexual identity, creed, color, or lack of. It says it in our preamble every time. We read it all the time. Every single meeting, we read the same thing. Ask me why. Please, somebody ask me why.
Why?
Because it's a simple program for hard-headed motherfuckers like me. I got to hear this shit every goddamn day in order for it to manifest something inside of me. Because if I don't hear it every day, I'm not gonna fucking believe it. It says it right here in black and white in the literature. Understanding is the only way an application is that it works. So when I go through troubles today, I have to apply the program of Narcotics Anonymous in my everyday affairs. Not at school, not just here in the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous, not just over here at the bus stop, not over here just at the job, all my fucking affairs. With my wife, with my children, with the fucking neighbor down the street, across the street, with the motherfucker at the light that want to cut me off, all my goddamn affairs. I got to show some damn recovery. That means honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness that I don't control the fucking universe. The universe don't revolve around me. My children are allowed to live their life according to the way they want to live it. Grow up to be whatever they want to be. My job is to keep on loving on them. Just like somebody loved on me when I came in this program of Narcotics Anonymous because I was fucking broken. If it wasn't for them to forgive me of my mistakes, to forgive me for who I used to be, and love on me to live the life I live today, I wouldn't be here talking to y'all. Because I was destined to the grave. That's what I wanted to do. And how I know I wanted to do that? Because my life showed it. I put myself in uncompromising positions to kill my fucking self, or to die, or to live as a fucking heathen, or destitute, a bum, whatever word you want to use. Going to prison for some kind of way. My friends think that that's a fucking notch. They look up to me because I went to prison, because I went to the feds and came out, because I took shit, because I shot somebody or some stupid shit. But guess what? There's people in the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous that I am inspired by, that went through shit that I went through, and shit that I know I'm gonna have to go through one day, and they ain't pick up and use. That's who I look up to. How in the fuck did you do that? How did you go to the doctor and the doctor tell you got cancer and you ain't out there going crazy? How's you living your life without the use of drugs and that's all you did all your life? When shit gets raggedy, how you not doing that? And they say following a simple program. A simple program. I don't have to use it if I don't pick it up and put it in. That motherfucker stay right there in the store, in the can, in the bottle, in that man's pocket, on the table, wherever it is at. It'll stay right there long as I don't go get it. I got to put forth an effort to go get it, to put it inside. So as long as I don't do that, I have a fighting chance today. They say we are more fortunate than those before us. Why? Technology. The hell, I used to have to go to the phone with a quarter. That mean I could spend $9.75, get one, but I better keep a quarter. So I go call somebody because I'm going to need some help. Shit. I don't have to do that today. I pick up the goddamn phone. It's in my pocket. I can text somebody every day. If I can't think of it, I can ask fucking Siri to think for it for me. Hey, Siri. Right? That motherfucker's smart as fuck. I don't have to tell my child I know how to do their fucking homework and I can't goddamn read. Siri, what's the answer to this question? I can use my fucking mind on other shit because I ain't stuck trying to think about how to get one more motherfucking one. That's what my disease was. I thought I could think of something. The only thing I thought about was getting high for the next minute. And when I ran out, how I'm going to get some more money to get it to the next minute. How I'm going to leave out the house and come back with no money. What lie I'm going to tell my wife when I come back in the house and I don't have the rent money or the mortgage payment money or the car payment money or the money to buy some groceries. What I'm going to tell her this time? I surrendered to that foolish way of living. I don't have to do that today. And what I mean by the best thing that I did when I went in the military in 1985 and signed that motherfucking contract is they pay me 100% now because I'm a disabled vet. For all the shit that I went through, I wake up and I have to go to work. I didn't do none of that shit. I did not sit at the table and plan that shit. My high power did all of that. I just did the step work that need to be done to get to where I'm at today. And I acknowledge that by giving back to everybody or people I come in contact with, those who don't have, those who need to get, those who need help. Show them the same love and compassion that somebody else showed to me and not look down on nobody because I'm no bigger or better than nobody else. I might have 4 years today and y'all might be in a recovery center. Don't mean the roles cannot be reversed. That's a true fucking fact. So don't think that the roles cannot be reversed. That I cannot slip up and I come back in the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous and I ask you to sponsor me because I fucked up.
It's so fucking true.
Because I took my will back. I forgot the gratitude of where I went through to where I'm at today. Because I thought I was better than somebody. Because I learned something. This shit says a simple program. Simple. What is simple? Do what somebody else did. Follow the leader. Get behind the next person. Just follow along. You don't have to be the first one in the front. Be the person behind. Because one day you might be in the front. I'm going to close with this one. I got 2 things. We was at the World Convention. I'm with my sponsor. I'm with other guys who have a whole lot more clean time than I had. And this guy came up to me and asked me to come to Chicago to speak at the World Convention. I don't even know why. But the gratitude to being able to save $1, to go there to deliver a message. I can't even put that in words, man. To my hometown to give a message of where it all started from. The World Convention. The area convention. I said World Convention. I'm sorry, the area convention. It was at the World Convention in D.C. he had met. My first one. So that one right there, I want to tell you, in recovery, anything is possible. The second thing, I had my home group was the freedom of choice, and I changed it to the men's rap. And the guy came down from Richmond, from Kentucky, and then he went back. He celebrated 6 years and asked me to come to Kentucky, Louisville, to speak for. What I mean by the gifts of recovery is that I was able to hold some money today in the bank to do those things of service work. I got on the plane because somebody showed me how to act. I'm going to say that again. Somebody showed me how to act at a convention. And he gave me his phone number. So when I felt fucking fidgety, I picked the phone up and used it to call. Because I didn't know how to what to say, what to do. I never been in a situation like that. So being I was never in a situation like that, I reached out for help. That was the first sign of surrender, right? I don't know everything. Even though I see somebody else do it, don't mean I know it. Knowing it is I'm reading. I'm doing the act. I'm doing it. And when I went there both times, both places, the first place, this guy with 30 years said, that's a hard topic for you to deliver. That's what he said. Adam, the man knocked me down before I even got up there to speak one word. But when I got finished speaking, they say, when you speak from your fucking heart, you touch his what? Souls. What do you touch? What do you touch, soul? You touch somebody else's heart. And that's all I did. I spoke from my heart in Chicago, Illinois, and the room got up and hugged me at the end of me speaking. And I never done that a day in my life. Went down to Louisville, Kentucky. They had a stack of newcomer sheets like this, and I never seen that ever in my life either. The most I seen, maybe 5, maybe 10, but 50 at one time in one room? Do you know how much recovery that is of newcomers coming in? I was overwhelmed at the possibility that God had put me into today. Amongst all the stuff that I've been through in my life, some kind of way, somebody seen something in me, trusted in me to deliver a message to a bunch of people that hoped I had something to give to somebody, because I didn't think I had nothing to give to nobody. I'm grateful for Narcotics Anonymous. I just lost the aunt last Thursday. I just left my homegirl last Tuesday. My daughter just gave her mama some of my money without my fucking permission. In the midst of all of that, I did not find no reason to use today. I saw some gratitude in each thing, and I looked at what part I played in and how can I get into the solution and not stay in the goddamn problem. Because when I stay in the problem too long, it don't come out too good. I have to get in the solution, to find a solution, to get out of my problem, to find some gratitude so I won't have to go out there and get one more. And that don't have to just be drugs. That could be a dysfunctional way of living. Going to jail, running a red light, getting a speeding ticket, cheating on my old lady, but I don't have one. But I'm just explaining. If I don't keep control of the thoughts that goes in my head on a continuing daily basis, I'm headed for failure. Ever so grateful that I have a room called Narcotics Anonymous to go into and people that believe in me. Because when I didn't believe in myself, they picked me up. I want to thank y'all for allowing me to come here and deliver a message of hope that you too can live this same way of life if you just live it one day at a time. I don't work here. I'm not associated with the counselors. I am not your counselor. I am a member, a grateful recovering addict named Joesph. Thanks for letting me be here.